Welcome again to Graduate Student Support Center. My name is Dr. Emmanuel Akimboye. I have a PhD in medicinal chemistry from a research university in the United States, and I currently work in the United States as a scientist. Here at Graduate Student Support Center, we make videos to mentor and encourage prospective graduate students as they go through the application process, and those students who are currently in graduate school but may need some mentoring to help them in going through all the challenges of graduate school. If that is something you are interested in, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you will not miss any video whenever we upload it. Today I'm going to be sharing with you something that I have titled the most important question that all prospective graduate students and current graduate students must answer. Before we get into it, I'll give you the context for how this came to my mind, and it became the topic that I said I will make a video about to share with everybody that may actually encourage. A few weeks ago, I was having a conversation with a colleague, and we discussed different challenges that we went through as graduate students and also as you navigate your career as a postdoctoral fellow, and even when you start working as a scientist or whatever area you specialize for your career. And one thing that came up was what actually was the thing that kept us going in the face of all that we had to go through to succeed. As we both talked about it, what kept coming to my mind is that it's a question that either indirectly or directly we have all answered for ourselves. And this is the question of purpose. It's the question of why. Why am I in this graduate school? Why am I doing the research that I'm doing? And why am I trying to pursue this career? It's a question of purpose, and it is important to have a good answer to that why, to that purpose of being in graduate school, and to that purpose of trying to pursue that career. Because if the reason for going to graduate school is mainly because you want to have that PhD at the end of your name or have the doctor at the front of your name, that in itself will not be enough to carry one through everything that is ahead. Because as we have come to see, graduate school is not easy. And I would say that as you are preparing your application as a prospective graduate student, one of the things you should be thinking about is what is your why? Why are you preparing this application? Why do you desire to go to graduate school? Do you want to go to graduate school because you think that's the next thing? Or you have an important question that you have answered for yourself, and that answer is what is encouraging you to want to pursue graduate school. Also, by the time you get into graduate school, it is the answer to that question that will continue to encourage you, that will continue to motivate you and inspire you to continue the journey when the journey gets tough. Because at some point in the process, it's going to be tough. Even as you are trying to apply to graduate school, you are going to see that there are a lot of obstacles. You may get some rejection letters in certain school where you expect to be given admission, you are not given admission. What are you going to do? Are you going to quit at that time? Without a very strong sense of purpose, without a very strong answer to that why, it is very likely to quit and stop moving forward. And by the time you begin the graduate program, you will realize that things may not be as easy as you have thought, or things may be much more difficult than you think they are. And you are going to feel like quitting, that maybe this thing is not for me. Maybe I should look for something else to do. But the sense of purpose is what will encourage you to continue. And this has to be something that is really of great importance to you, something that is very powerful to you. You know, this video and this encouragement is not to say that if for those who have left graduate school for whatever reason or the other that didn't finish, it's not because they didn't have a sense of purpose or they did not answer this question why. There are different reasons why different things happen. But in this video, I'm saying all things being equal, everything else remaining the same, there must be a sense of purpose that will keep you going when the journey gets tough. My main reason for applying to graduate school to get a PhD, it was because I wanted to contribute my part. I wanted to be able to do research to apply chemistry to solve the problem of diseases. And my thought was this will come either in area of therapy, where I could participate in drug discovery, drug development research, and also in the area of disease prevention, where I could apply knowledge of chemistry and impact of chemistry to prevent diseases from taking place. But in addition to that, is I had to move from Nigeria to the United States to start the PhD program. And by the time I got to graduate school, I realized that things were not as easy as I thought. And also, I was an international student in the United States. So even when the going became tough, I couldn't just decide that I was tired of this thing, that I wanted to leave. I would not say I wanted to go back to Nigeria without finishing the program. And at the same time, there was no way I would have left the program and still stay in the United States, because being an international student, my immigration status and my visa was attached to being a student. So I needed to succeed. So in that case, there are two major things that were keeping me focused, that were keeping me encouraged to continue. First is my vision to contribute my part to science. And at the same time, I had to also say, if I desire to stay here in the United States, I will need to get this PhD and complete it and be able to move to the next level, both in my career and in my status as an immigrant in the United States. There were times when I would say that I was discouraged. For a graduate student, one thing that you will realize by the time you get to graduate school is that what you are there for, particularly if you are in a PhD program, is beyond just taking classes and getting an A or B in the classes. No, the PhD degree is a research degree. It's not just based on you getting A or B in a class. A or B in a class are great. In fact, you are going to be aiming for A. Those are great, but that's not what will make you graduate and finish your PhD. That's one thing I had to learn. When you are coming to graduate school with a high CGPA and you are like the best from the school you are coming from, there is this tendency for you to think that, oh, I will go to graduate school, then the same way I study for my undergraduate, I will study the same way, then I will just be the best. No, no. It's way beyond that. What I realized that I needed to succeed in graduate school was way beyond the study strategy that I put in to succeed in undergraduate program. In graduate school, you need a lot of leadership skill, you need a lot of communication skill, you need people skill, you need a lot of entrepreneurial skill, that as you are relating with people and you are dealing with people, you have to actually be thinking more as an entrepreneur, because you are doing research. And doing research, you are spending money, you are utilizing resources, and at the same time, you are reporting to your principal investigator. You are doing all these things that requires your ability to work with others, to play a significant role within a team, to take leadership of your project. Because by the time you start your research, it has become your baby. It has become your project. Your supervisor or your principal investigator is there to guide you, but you have to take ownership of that work. And you can't be complaining that, oh, this is not working, then I'm going to quit it. No. You have to be ready to figure out how to move the work forward. I remember in my case that there was a time that for months I was doing experiments in the lab and I wasn't getting results. I was using resources, but there was no result to show for it. That period was very discouraging. It was very discouraging, and at some point I felt like quitting. But I'm grateful that I had my why. I had that sense of purpose that was keeping me on. I was also lucky to have a great advisor who was very helpful through that process, so that I didn't quit. I didn't quit, and I finished well. The sense of why is very important to guide you, because that sense of why will keep you going, is going to keep you focused. When you think the journey is rough and you cannot continue anymore, because the truth is that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. But if you are not careful, many times you feel like quitting in the middle of the tunnel. Let me tell you a short story to explain what I mean by that. I remember towards the end of my PhD program, I was doing a lot of work in drug discovery, pro-drug and things like that. And I was making different drugs and I was testing them and doing different experiments. Then I was doing some research work as a visiting graduate student at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. And I was doing this experiment. I tried different things that I was trained to use in the lab, and these experiments were not working. I wasn't getting the result that I was expected to get. I wasn't getting any reasonable result that could explain the hypothesis that we were working on. And I had spent time and resources, and I was about to quit. Like, what am I supposed to do? What is the next thing to do? I discussed with my advisor, we tried different things, and nothing was working. But one thing I had going for me was I was persistent. My advisors, both my primary advisor and my advisors at Hopkins, they were encouraging me to continue to try different things as different ideas were coming up from meetings and all that. So I was persistently doing my best and trying different things that I could do to make the experiment to move forward. Then there was this day I was just on the train traveling from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, and right there on the train while I was thinking about it, an idea just came to my mind that what if instead of trying the kind of plastic vial you are using for this experiment, why not try glass vial? Hopefully that will conduct more heat and it will create more energy for the experiment you are trying to induce to take place. And I thought, maybe I should try that. Maybe that is where the answer is. Maybe that will work. And I thought, well, even if it doesn't work, I have nothing to lose. Let me try it anyway. So I went to lab and I tried the experiment, and boom, that is it. That was how I got the result, and I was able to move forward. That created the light at the end of the tunnel. The reason I'm telling this story is because everybody could see the result that I just discussed now, and as I've published it in the paper, everybody could see that. But nobody saw the problem in the middle. And it was at that middle that one might have thought of quitting. One might have thought of just leaving the whole research or abandoning that project or abandoning the whole program if you are not getting the result that you are expecting. The sense of purpose, the understanding of that why, and the fact that I keep magnifying that why and making the why to be of great importance to me, and that continue to encourage me and make me to move forward. So I want to say here today that the most important question that all prospective graduate students and any graduate student who is currently in the program must answer is the question of why are you there? The question of purpose. When you answer this and you know that it is something big, something of great importance to you, you will be able to overcome all the challenges that you face. You are going to be able to move forward. You are going to be able to succeed in that program. Your reason for being there may get modified as you move forward and as you do different things, as you learn more and as you get more understanding of what you are doing. But at every stage, that sense of purpose, the understanding of your why is one of the most important things that will be carrying you on. We all have different why. We have different purpose that keeps us there. Some people may be getting a good drug that will cure disease or contributing to the environment to prevent disease or to get clean water or get clean air. It may be to influence policy. It may be anything that will change our world and make our world a better place. No matter how that thing is, that sense of purpose that is important to you will continue to keep you going even when the journey gets tough. When you get rejection, when you apply to school, your why will encourage you to submit another application, to try another one again and submit application to another place. And this is one of the main reasons this channel is created, why we make these videos on different topics that will help you to navigate the process, because this is a journey that you need support for. You really cannot go alone in this journey. You need support from every side to help you through to succeed, because I know that going to graduate school, getting a PhD has a great potential to change your life. But how it will influence you, the degree to which it will change your life, to depend on the kind of support system that you have. That is one thing that I know very sure, that even when people finish their PhD and they go into other fields, you can still see that those who have attached a sense of purpose to that PhD, it continues to affect their life. It continues to affect the way they handle every other thing that they do. Because there are a lot of life-changing skills that you will learn in the process of going through the PhD, either directly or indirectly. So if you're a prospective graduate student and you are just submitting your application to school or planning to submit application to school, I believe that this video will challenge you to further think about this subject of purpose. And this is something that you will also include in your statement of purpose. And that is what they call it anyway. It's called the statement of purpose. So you are going to put this purpose in your statement of purpose, that this is my purpose. This is why I want to come to this graduate school and get this degree, because I want to contribute this, and this is the impact that I want my work to have in this field and in the life of others, to make the world a better place. And at the same time, you can also have what I call a personal statement of purpose, in which those kind of things that are very dear to you, that are of importance to you, that you are not even going to put in the statement of purpose that you are submitting to school, you write that personal statement of purpose separately, where you highlight those ones that are very dear to you. And those are the things that you will be looking at when the journey becomes rough. Maybe in a school where you're expected to be taking, you are not taking there, or you're already in graduate school and in the middle of the journey, you realize that certain things are not working and you are discouraged or you feel like quitting. That is the time that you go back and read such personal statement of purpose, where you know that, no, I have a purpose here, and because of this personal purpose, I am not going to quit. So I believe that to some degree I have made you see that in addition to what you might have been thinking about, there is a very important question that you need to ask yourself as a prospective graduate student or as a graduate student. And the question is the question of, what is my purpose in going to graduate school? Why am I going to graduate school, or why am I in this graduate program? So if that's the case, I want to ask you to please like this video and also share it with your friend and your colleagues, that this may also encourage them to ask themselves the same question or be reminded about the importance of this question. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, so that whenever any new video is uploaded, you will be notified about it. And I would like to hear from you in the comments. What are your own why that is keeping you going, both as you are applying to school and also as you are already a graduate student and you are watching this? What are the things that are encouraging you and keeping you going? And if you haven't seen the video that I did on the guideline for applying to graduate school, here is the video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.